Good day. We're coming back to follow up on the prior conversation with you all. This time, we want to clarify our mission, which is to invoke in our mind, the big mind, invoke the consciousness of humans with the appropriate frequency, tones, and modulations in a way that they can be exposed to practical guidelines and ideas to actually understand and prove with actions that what we can do, you all, each of you can do tenfold. Tenfold as we would do if we were humans here and now. When you wonder what the messenger is, you are distracting yourself from the content of the message. And you might get diverted and entertained on the useless activity of admiring, adoring, or depending on someone else. You have the ability innate to command every particle that you own on this realm. You own your body. You own your mind. You are consciousness. Alive, which is no more than qualified energy with a unique signature that identify it, the consciousness. We are talk about last time of a belief of some where the time of birth through the time of death is all that you are worried about and focusing on, as if it were explicitly all that is, as is space, time, and experiences in this realm where all that is. Whoever is listening that has that perception, it is perceiving this as rubbish with a high probability. We honor, applaud, and bless the ones that think that way. As we honor, applaud, and bless everyone that volunteers to be here, experimenting this no senses, no way of perceive in a very, very limited environment. We say that the ones that are inside that bubble of limitation by choice may think about, leave this conversation for now. We know that it is already in their memories, and they will and are able to come back to it whenever they choose. So blessed be. With all the ones that are interested on keep going on this train of thought. We would like to talk about how to recognize fear. Because for many, fear it's a very limited concept, and they are only sense fear in a very extreme situations, when in reality for most humans fear is present very, very often, a lot more often than just the extreme situations. It is important to examine at every instant your mental state in a very intimate conversation with yourself, with your own consciousness. Your consciousness will talk to you, not us. You are powerful. Wake your consciousness and let it know that you are there open for walk the path to joy. Now, 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 with no gaps. Every instant, joy. And so when you do that, and I am anticipating that, you will only be able to do it for very few instants in a day. Talking your language, day, nights, and that stuff. Because it is really difficult to face answer to your own questions. The answer to your own questions coming from your consciousness are hard to take because you feel that they are true when you ask with your heart, when you ask after having invoking the connection, the divine connection with your consciousness, as connected that it is to the real all that is. And how you do that? You do it by first and foremost describing to yourself your intention. Spend time after looking at all the marvels of the environment that you have created, you all, nature, Mother Earth, colors, music, tones, and everything else that brings you joy when you are not thinking on the reality, quote unquote, that you live in. So, after being immersed on all those senses and odors and colors, you right there and then transgress into just very sweetly and gentle ask in front of a mirror or with the image of your being in front of yourself. You ask about a specific issue or sensation that you don't like, that makes you feel somehow uncomfortable. Then you ask why. Knowing that you are actually invoking your own consciousness. So you say why, and you open to the answer. Feeling that there is no answer doesn't mean really that there is no answer, because the book of knowledge and information is always open in front of your senses. The only matter, the only issue here is, are you seeing it? Are you feeling it? Are you listening to it? Are you open? This means that maybe you're going to need a little bit of perseverance, persistence, and love for yourself to keep asking why after putting yourself intentionally in that marvelous state of solitude and joyful appreciation for you and everything around you that actually represents your world. The answer, when you acknowledge it, could be a very rough answer for you to even stay with. It may contain sensations and statements that are outside of your definition and programming of what is good and what is bad. And for you to accept those type of answers as appropriate and applying to yourself, maybe just to feel that you are not a good person. Oh, people of the world, the definition of being a good person has been created as a critical mass, a lot of trouble in the world. So let's not divert to that, and let's come back to the question why and your mirror and yourself. Because nothing can change if it doesn't start on every yourself. So let's change one by one. And when the answer comes that you don't like, there you know now why. First, you have a hidden fear about this subject, although you did not recognize it at first. So, embracing this answer, whatever that be, and as difficult as may be, with love, it is transforming that fear into the path of joy and a new way of acting around the subject. As I said before, it is your own choice to be perseverant, disciplined, and work with yourself on this. So, keep in mind, as a summary of this conversation, that fear has many faces, and many of the faces of fear are actually fooling you into actions and reactions that does not help and support your intention of joy, love and joy. Love and joy are like matter in your world. Where cannot be love and joy where fear is, and vice versa. Two objects cannot occupy same space at a given instance in your world, right? So let's just go into this metaphor of saying that love and joy are just an object, and that fear is another object. So following the summary, you have to want to do this entirely. The all of you must want to do this. Then the all of you must ask an immediate connection with your consciousness from your beating heart. Your beating heart is the life force that brings you into this body and mind here and now. So from your beating heart, you want to connect with your consciousness. And then you sense that that connection is there because your focus is in that connection and only in that connection. Then third, you think of the environment, the feelings, the images that makes you uncomfortable with one specific situation. As an observant, you invoke that so you know what you want to get a why answer for. Okay? Let's follow up on this later on. And for now, I ask you to trust in who you are.